Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 62 of the Frisky Whiskey. Tonight we're bringing back the show and tell. Let's just be honest here.
Yeah, we got some good shows, got some good tells too.
Yeah. So, I guess Mike D, which ones are you bringing to the table this evening?
So I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna tell you what the second one is. I'm gonna say we have a bourbon
Okay.
and we have a rye.
Okay. Keeping it
Okay,
secret, keeping it
keeping
safe.
it secret.
So,
I think. And what do you got tonight? What do you got? What do you
well,
got? Sure.
I went and found another Garrison Brothers. I got their small
Okay.
batch. And then while I was at the ABC, I came across another bottle that I actually have one of. And so, out of curiosity, I wanted to do a comparison between the two because I bought it down there in Florida from a different, packy,
Right.
and it was like a year and a half ago. And so, I'm just checking it out. It's one of those barrel select type things. So, I'll talk about that when we get into
Okay.
it.
All right. All right. So I guess I'll kick it off. How's that?
Sounds great.
All right. So we have a little Widow Jane going on here. We got some keep
Make
my
sure it's in
face
front of you.
right there. See it? Got it?
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay. So paradigm. Right.
Got to remove the paradigm, think outside the box.
Right. Think outside the box into the bottle of the Widow Jane.
Yes.
It was a kind of an impulse buy because I have a habit of doing that when I'm near whiskey. I never had this one, or if I did, I probably had it at that show we went to
Mm,
in Hard Rock. But I'm excited to try it. It's batch 42, bottle number 68, and it was packed. It was bottled in 2023.
nice. Okay.
It is a rye that is erratic with of the trifecta area. Okay. Here it's enveloped of the trifectas, arts of distilling, blending, and finishing. A marriage of hand-selected straight rye from New York, Kentucky, and Indiana,
Okay.
finished with unique limestone water from
Okay.
legendary Rosendale mines.
Mhm.
Um, it makes it a signature whiskey, crispy, spicy, and impossibly complex. Now,
Okay.
I actually have tasting notes on it from their website.
Okay. So that's a good
All
question. I
right,
wonder if I know.
all right. So let's do a little here. So for my aromas, I should be at like lemon meringue pie.
Mhm.
This is from their website. Spring flowers, cut grass, and a little leche.
Okay.
All right, leche, which the guys who work for me call leche. They call beer.
Mm.
So you know what? Wow. Okay, that's almost dead on. The lemon's there. It has that kind of springy cut grass. I gotta have a leche. I haven't smelled leche in a long time.
Leche.
You know, but honestly, that's pretty much dead on.
All right.
And then for the taste, it should be a buttered rye toast, mandarin marmalade, cedar, and a little white pepper with a finish of some thyme, artichoke, Earl Grey, sandalwood, and peach. That's pretty complex.
That's an all over the place type of flavor profile.
Wow, there's the butter. Yeah, the butter comes in kind of end at the end there.
Okay.
There's a citrusy thing. That's that mandarin marmalade. And cedar, there's a woody in there, so sure. And that spice is not like a regular pepper. So white pepper
Mm.
has, and then there is definitely a peachish, some type of fruit on the end.
Peachish.
It's peaches. I'm gonna call it peaches. Earl Grey. I've had Earl Grey tea. Maybe I like artichoke. I don't know how it's referring to an artichoke on this one.
Maybe it's like herbal. Is it like an herbal flavor?
I don't know. The herbal would be the thyme and the sandalwood to me. And there is a herbalish, but artichoke, no. But yeah, there's some kind of herb there. So you mix that with the sandalwood, sure, with a fruity thing in the end. Maybe the Earl Grey is this like flavor I'm getting out of it too.
Okay.
It's actually really good. I mean, it was $49.
Okay.
I'll be honest, if you're a rye drinker, I think this is well worth it. It's really got it really does hit a lot of these things they're calling out. So yeah, I like it, man.
All right.
All right.
So mine is going to be, as I mentioned earlier, it's the, see if I could keep it up there. Oh, there we are.
Yeah, there
Garrison
you are.
Brothers small batch. So this one, the release date was 2023. Um, so this one is all aged in American oak. This one is bottle number 31101. I also ended up coming across some of the flavor profiles. Now, for this particular one, they didn't release any for this year's batch. Now, I'm just hoping that maybe it'll be close because the one from 2022 release, it looks delicious. So for the nose on this guy, it's supposed to be golden delicious apple and honey, sweet floral verbena, fresh cut grass, saddle leather, cinnamon, and honey. So that's the nose. And it definitely, you can smell the apple. It is a little floral. There's like a touch of leather in there, mostly grass. So I get a lot of like apple, floral, grass. There's a little bit of like that, you know, that natural honey.
Okay.
And so the flavors on this are supposed to be honeysuckle and orange candy, yellow pound cake, baking spices, lemon gumdrops, and sugar cookies.
Sounds like
I,
Halloween.
I know, right? But the finish is going to be long and complex with a smoky kind of caramel apple sprinkled with walnuts and cinnamon. So that's the 2022 one. Again, they didn't release one for 2023, or at least it didn't put it on their site. So I'm hoping it smells pretty dang close to what the 2022 one was.
I'm going to make a quick update with ice. That Earl Grey comes out. That peach definitely comes
Mm.
out. That thyme comes out more. That the ice brings out the finish more than the flavor. The flavors butter mellow down to that butter and the citrus more. Okay. So what's going on in there, man?
So this is
Are you getting that gingerbread house thing that they described to you?
baking spices and sugar
Bacon
cookies.
spices and gumdrops and
So it's very, it's like a slightly less flavorful version of the Balmoria.
okay, which we both like. Mm.
Like that initial hit is right there. I could see it being a little smoky. It's
Yeah.
definitely got some spiciness to it, which, I mean, it's only 94 proof, 47%. So, I mean, this is not bad. It is a long finish, though. It's still going. It's like
Yeah.
just hanging out.
Well, that is their. Well, when I have gathered when I went to that tasting that you didn't get to go to, their whiskeys, all their whiskeys have that lasting effect, in my opinion.
I mean, it's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. And this one, I didn't bring up the price. So I got it here at the local ABC for 86.
Okay. All right. Now, would you recommend that for somebody for Ace of Clubs?
For a seasoned, yes. For someone who's new, no. Just because there is like a little bit, it's a little bit more complex than like I don't think someone who's new to whiskey would appreciate it as much. So it'd be kind of like a waste of money. I think if you were like into your whiskeys and you wanted to try something that wasn't quite $100, but you wanted to stay above $50 range, this is a pretty solid bottle.
Okay.
I mean, it's got a good amount of spice to it. The nose is fantastic. Like that's my favorite part.
Have you dropped
Like
any
you
water in
smell
that?
that. Not yet,
Have you
no.
dropped, oh, okay. So you pay attention to current events?
Hmm.
Pay
Depends on
attention.
the depends on the current event.
Baseball. Oakland Athletics, Oakland A's played
Yep.
their last game in Oakland, and I read a story about it. Do you know anything going on about the whole thing?
No.
So I knew nothing. I knew they were leaving. I didn't know why. And I read this article. The article is very high level across all the parts of it. Stuff I didn't know, like the current owner was blaming the San Francisco Giants because they wouldn't give up one of their territories so they could move. And he brought up the fact that they gave up a part of their territory to keep the Giants there in the '90s when they were going to go to Tampa.
Hmm.
So he blames them. Mark McGuire blames the Raiders for when whatever deal they made to bring the Raiders back and they had to play in that stadium. They built like some kind of monstrosity of a monument for Al Davis in there.
Huh.
And he said ever since they did that, the stadium's ugly and horrible. It's the worst stadium to go to for baseball because they kind of reorganized, did something to that stadium to make that happen.
Interesting.
It's interesting. They had an interesting history there, especially from the '70s. People tend to forget they won World Series in a row. I think they went to five in total.
Dang.
You know, and then like what they did in the '90s with Dennis Eckersley and the famous World Series with the earthquake when
Okay.
they played the Giants. It's kind of sad that they're losing a baseball team and like they're going to be in limbo for I think for 2 years. I think they're playing like they'll be playing either somewhere in California or somewhere in Arizona at a minor league facility
Hmm.
for 2 years while their stadium is being built in Vegas.
Tough.
No, something's amiss here. And then, like in that story I was reading, Reggie Jackson said he wanted to buy them like 20 years ago or 30 years ago when they were up for sale, and the commissioner at the time was like, "Don't worry, Reggie, you got it." He never called Reggie back, and
Really?
he was sold to this guy. Yeah, there's something that doesn't sound right about that. I should have Googled that and looked into it because Reggie Jackson was very honest. Like he goes, this was in a black neighborhood, it was a black team. I wanted to keep it here.
Hmm.
We would have bought it and done everything possible and then upgrade because they never upgraded the stadium ever.
Hmm.
They've always had like one of the lowest payrolls for the most part for the last 30 years. It was just kind of I was reading. I felt bad.
Yeah.
You
I mean, I
know,
would too.
so I'm a sports fan, and you see something like that ending the way it did. Like I don't know how Major League Baseball, the city, and whoever else had to get involved couldn't figure out something. I mean,
Right?
come on.
It's not like it's a small team, you know?
They got money. There's money. They got money. They all of them got money. All fractions involved got money.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, not like I was an A's fan anyway, but you know what I mean. But it's just,
Well, maybe they'll be better off in Vegas. Who knows?
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have a little more Widow Jane with some ice.
Yep. So I tried mine with a little sploosh of water, and it definitely brought out a lot of the sweeter flavors, honeysuckles and stuff like that. And it's very much on the apple side now with the water, apple and honey. It's very good. It's very, very good. The finish is still long, but it's not nearly as spicy and smoky.
So if things look different on my side, everybody. I'm at an Airbnb doing a show. If you can't tell. Uh,
No one can tell.
it's kind of messed up. I was barking about this earlier. They don't have the right gun carry glasses. I know I should have brought my own, but I just assumed everybody has these nowadays. I can't believe it. You know.
We bought 10.
Yeah. So I'm here for a golf tournament. I'm in Vero. I'm in
Vero,
Vero Beach.
Vero
I've
Beach.
never actually been in Vero. I've driven through it, but I've never actually stopped in it.
I've been there a couple times. One of my buddies lives up there, who I've gone to the range with.
Okay. All right.
So
You would like this air just to be a good Airbnb for you to stay in if you can go shooting,
I
my
don't think I'm
opinion.
gonna make my way down there anytime soon with all my firearms.
I'm just saying you can just put them
So
back
what's
here in
the
the
what's the
car.
tournament about?
So it's an interesting golf tournament actually. This is pretty intense. Um, so it's called North versus South.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm part of a golf group called the South Florida Ball Busters. Go figure. And we're like 24 strong, 25 strong. And there's another group that is around here that we know we sometimes we matches with every once in a while, and we in turn know this group in Orlando.
Hmm.
Okay, so we combine with these other guys down here, and these guys in Orlando show up, and it's 20 on 20,
That's a
so
big
40
group.
guys.
That's a big
Yes.
group.
So if you don't know your golf, there's something called a Ryder Cup format. Ryder Cup's a big thing that happens every other year or every 2 years. I forgot it's not every year. It's every other year. In golf, they either play 1 year to play in Europe, 1 year to play in America. Okay, and they alternate, and it's a team competition. Okay, so on the first day, it's team, so it's me and somebody against somebody else, and you play for points.
Okay.
If you win the hole, you get a point.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's the way it is. It's not combined score. It's just whoever has the best score of my team. If I have a five and he has a six, my five is against their best score.
Okay.
Okay. If we win the match, we get a team point then. So we're all playing for team points. Okay.
Okay.
So if we got 10 teams. We want to get as many points as possible. Each team can win 1 point. If you tie, you get a half point
Hmm.
in the end. Okay. So you play 18 hole match. And so you beat them where either you beat them outright, you win 10 holes in a row. They can't win at that point. It's over.
Hmm.
Or you have a match to the very end, which usually goes, it's always close in these things. And then the next day, it's the same concept, except it's individuals. So I'm
Okay.
playing somebody directly. But the same theory, if I beat him in the end, I get my team a point.
Okay.
And then the team with the most points wins the pot, which is pretty good.
It's a pretty good pot this year.
Well, I mean, you got 40 guys throwing in two
Couple
hundred dollars
bucks.
each. $200 each.
Yeah.
There's some money.
It's a couple bucks. It's a couple
There's some money
bucks.
being thrown around this tournament, man.
Yeah.
And we also do something called junk, where we have like longest drive, close to the pins, and we're playing this other game. So there's other money to be won. And this guy also, he like works in golf, who's running it, and like he took some of the money and bought stuff or got stuff from like his sales guys, but got like
Okay.
really good stuff for cheap. And on Saturday night, like we do like a dinner and a raffle, which is kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
Like I haven't been there in a while, but last time I went there, I actually won a bottle of the 10-year-old Doers.
Okay. Not
So
bad.
yeah, that's cool. It's cool. It's more intense than I'm used to. I like competition. Luckily, the Cowboys played last night. This isn't affecting me on Sunday because that would be a problem.
Get it out of your system today.
If ideally, if I could kill the guy early, I can just go back and watch football. Once you beat somebody, once the match is over, you can stop playing. You have to finish around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did that to somebody a couple of years. My first year, I did it. I killed somebody. The guy was just nervous or something. But the 12th hole, it was over.
So would you actually do that and just like walk away?
This year, yes.
You'd be like, all right, see ya.
No, because it's a long round. They play like they're playing the Masters.
Mm.
So it could be like I think last time when I played, when I should have walked away, it was like a 5 hour, 45-minute round.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah. I was getting suicidal, or I was going to kill everybody in my group. It was something was going to happen.
Okay.
It was
So basically what you're saying is if you end up getting a lead and
I
it's
win.
over for that match, you're done for the day.
No, no,
I
no.
can't blame you.
Yeah. In fact, I don't need to be there to get paid. We have this thing called Zelle.
What? Technology? It's crazy.
Because I mean, it's a long ride home for me too. On a Sunday, I want to go home.
Sunday after a weekend of playing golf and debauchery.
Yeah, I don't call this debauchery. What happens when I get off the show
Yeah,
and somehow
that's
I go by a strip club that wasn't near my house at all? Uh,
that's more what I'm talking about.
I always want to check out the local whiskey collections.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so we move on to our next adventure here.
Go for it.
Uh-uh.
Oh, oh.
So I think we're gonna do a couple extra shows in October.
Okay.
We're gonna have some special guests. Things are gonna happen.
Okay.
Things are gonna happen.
We have a special guest, huh?
Wait, cool dude. No, from Vegas.
Terry. Is he coming back?
Terry. Oh, Terry. That's right. He's from the hills.
I know.
Oh,
Is he coming
Terry.
back? Yeah.
Oh,
I thought that's who you were talking about.
no, I forgot all about Terry. He didn't tell me. All right, I gotta check out Terry. I gotta make sure he's okay. I haven't heard from him in a while. He's been in a box this whole
Been in a box in my attic.
man.
I haven't talked to him in 1 minute.
I think I showed the ghost of his ass too.
Oh God, poor Terry.
He said he was into it at the beginning, but who knows after all this time. Okay, so I'm going to move into something that was introduced to us last week by one of our favorite guests of all time, Steve.
Steve.
Um, so he got it at a local store in, I guess it would be Jupiter. It's off of US 1 and in Indian Town in the shopping center, public shopping center. There's a great restaurant called Food Shack there, which we actually did food from them in the early days of the show when we were actually doing food reviews. Um, but he got Heaven's Door, which we know Heaven's Door. We they used to
Whoa.
wait
Closer, closer, closer.
they
There.
used to like us at one point. Uh,
Closer, closer to you. You more in front of, like, put it in front of you. There you go. The frisky whiskey keeps taking over. Just hide your face, man. Whiskey's more important.
that's not that better.
Yes.
Okay. So this whiskey, can you see it? Okay.
You're an idiot. Just talking with it, right? With your face pushed up against it. Uh, so the Heaven's Door, single barrel.
All right. Done. All right. So to have this, because this is kind of important because you can't just run out and get this one. Okay. So it's Heaven Door's single barrel. I went on their website. So they have it on their website. Okay.
Mhm.
Got it right there. Okay. So this one was a barrel select for Star Wine and Spirits. That's the name of the place where I went. That's on US 1 in
Okay.
Indian Town. Okay. And it's barrel number 86, bottle number 157. It's a 119 proof.
Okay.
So I just went from drinking a 93 proof rye. I'm jumping up to 119 now. Okay. Now on the website, what it explains is these barrels are made, and you can like places like that can purchase it really only, or we have money, we can go and allocate it for us as well
Mhm.
out of these single casks, and you can get. I don't know what the minimum is, but obviously these people are buying them, like different stores, different
Yeah.
buyers are getting them that way. So ultimately, Star had to be part of an order, or they ordered it themselves. Okay, it's like one of those. It's like
Yeah.
allocated like that. Okay.
Okay.
So you're never going to get the same one unless they get it out of the same barrel. So if ABC happened to get a barrel select number 86, and they would have the same one.
Okay.
And we know there's only so many bottles out of a barrel now. I forgot what the number was. It's always a little bit different between each brand or how they want a barrel or bottle. It's always what, a couple hundred, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe less sometimes, but either
I think
way.
it's around like 250 or so, if I
Yeah,
remember
it depends.
correctly.
Maybe they take some out for something else and the rest is what they're selling, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's one of those things. Okay. So if you see a barrel select cask strength Heaven's Door, I suggest you get it. It was normally 64. It was $10 off. That's why I ran there after we heard that from Steve.
Hmm.
Yeah. And what's kind of cool is Anderson Limited.
You all right?
What was that?
I don't know.
Oh hell no! Fucking ghost
What
in here too.
are you talking
What the
about?
fuck, man? All right. It's something fucking.
What are you talking about?
Um. So it's 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% barley. It was bottled in Indiana, which is what I think that's where they're from anyways, Indiana.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really we have to go into the flavors. Let's talk about your other one too. Let's go do it at the same time.
Okay. So I'm going to do the comparison. So
Okay.
now that I know it's not the greatest of whiskeys, but I was curious when I saw it.
Okay.
So for those of you who have been listening to us for a while, you'll understand why this bottle happens to be a lot less than normal. So this is the Inlet Liquors in Juno Beach, Florida. This is the Elijah Craig toasted barrel that we had on the episode a really long time ago. It was an early on bottle that we had reviewed. But I went into the local ABC here. What is with you in that? It's what, $29 for that? That's ridiculous. And then they actually had the same one. They just got their barrel select in today. So they had a couple cases of it. It was actually a lot cheaper than the one from Inlet. So I was like, you know what? Why not? I know I still have the Inlet one. It's not crazy expensive. I figured it would be an interesting way to compare, you know, uh, two different barrel selects
Okay.
from two different areas, right? So
Okay.
that's all this was. It was less a it's not a
Oh,
fun whiskey, it's not a fancy whiskey, it's just having two of the same kind barrel selects from two different
okay.
areas, right?
Okay.
Thought it would be neat.
A quick update on mine, just so I explain what they did here. So each when they make a batch has 145 barrels. You have to allocate a whole barrel to yourself.
Okay. So they have to buy
So they so
145 bottles.
there's 145 barrels offered per batch. So Star Wine had to buy a barrel.
Yes.
Well, and that they only will allocate barrels per account.
Gotcha.
How's expensive, okay? So basically, it's whatever batch it's made from. They make 145 barrels, and you can buy one of the barrels if you want.
Gotcha. And so then you can get 250 bottles ish.
Yeah, ish, yeah. And the proof ranges between 108 and 127 at all
So
times.
you're like in the higher side.
I'm at 119, yeah, so I'm definitely on the other side of that equation there.
Nice.
Okay, cool. I just want to check the website. All right, so I'm gonna go for.
You should text Steve and ask him for like the information on the bottle that he has just to see if it's the same one or not.
Oh, it's
Like
got to
see.
be we got from the same. We got from the same
Oh,
place.
okay. I thought
And
okay.
I bought it like a week after he bought his. Not even a
Oh,
week after
I
he
didn't
bought his.
realize
So
you went to the same place. I thought you grabbed it from someplace up there.
no. It's Star. That's where he got it from. So I'm gonna give mine a sniff.
Okay.
Oh wait, I gotta clean the old palate.
Don't forget about your palate cleanse.
So I found a little good Japanese steakhouse around here.
Oh yeah?
Had good reviews, and I ordered some food. I had a some sushi that was a crunchy tuna with eel, and then fresh tuna on top.
I do like barbecue eel.
Me too.
That's very good.
And this was good. And then my main dish was a black pepper steak sauce, a New York strip and a black pepper steak sauce,
Nice.
which was like hibachi style, thin slice, medium rare, and they did it perfect with like it was like onions, peppers, all kinds of vegetables, and like this black pepper sauce.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, and it came with like a soup, and it came with a salad, and it was freaking good. All right, so this a lot of molasses here. This, it's not all molasses, but it's very sweet. Maybe some plum.
Could be very one note.
Yeah, maritime hits of rock candy.
What?
I'm going in for a taste. So now this is like I said, this is going up. I'm going up to 119 now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I remember why I wanted to get this. Um, it's almost like eating a Heath bar at 119 proof.
So that
It's got some
means
spice.
you're going to share
But
that
it's
with
like,
me. You're going to share that one with me, right? When I send you the bottle things down.
yeah, this one you guys. It's like it is one note. In my opinion, this is pretty much like one note, two note. Name that tune in one note. Um,
But that's a single barrel. That's like we learned that from when we did the comparison between the
mm,
E.H. Taylor small batch and the E.H. Taylor single barrel.
I remember having a moment with this whiskey. I'm having that moment again. This is so flipping good. Oh my God. I remember this is what almost got me into a fight with my wife because I was so impressed and she was trying to tell a story. I didn't want to hear it. I was talking about the whiskey I was drinking.
So while you're on that staring off, so
Yeah, hold on one second.
I'm gonna keep going. You can just mute. I'm gonna talk about my stuff. So the Elijah Craig toasted barrel. So this is the one that I got from Inlet in Juneau. So it's typical. It's a little bit more aged, right? It's been open for probably like a year and a half at this point. So it's a little dulled down, not too bad. But you get oak. There's some sweetness there, maybe like caramel, something like that. But it's actually pretty pleasant. It's not super strong smelling. At 94 proof. Yeah. It's only really 94. All right. Hmm.
Dear Lord.
Definitely on there's like mm, I could see like dried fruits maybe because it is dry on the tongue and a really it's I don't know if I would say smoky. Kind of mm, maybe just the lightest amount, but it's like more in the finish than anything else. So for me, that's kind of what it tastes like. There's a little bit of oak spice on the flavor. As I've let it sit here, I do taste like maybe like cinnamon, nutmeg, that kind of stuff. Which is not, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
So there is heat here. It catches up to you. It's like a slow baking heat.
Are you a heat hurt?
Heat hurt. Yes. Mm. Every time I taste this, man, I'm telling you, it's like I'm eating a Heath Crunch bar. It's just
Hmm.
like molasses. It's like that coffee molasses, like mm.
I wish I could say I'm drinking something of that same quality. It's not that it's bad, but it's definitely not. It's good. It's just the flavors are a bit muted. So maybe the newer bottle is going to be more like we'll see. I can't imagine the flavors are going to be different. I mean, this is one of their like regular delivered type of whiskeys, so I can't imagine I'm going to get it to be where it's like completely different between the batches. That wouldn't make any sense. Mm,
So you know what I told you I was in the Twilight Zone?
yes.
All right. So something definitely happened with my GPS, but at the same time, Evan was getting text messages from me that I was not texting him.
Eben was?
Yes, I couldn't figure this out. And then it dawned on me. Last night, my daughter turned on her iPad. She hasn't turned on it forever. It reconnected to my phone. I think it's intermingling with my messages with her iPad, and she's answering people. But I'm also seeing her text with her friends right now.
That's dangerous.
Uh-huh. She's bitching looking at my home right now. That's all I got to say about that. She's getting away with murder right now. Mom's got to figure that shit out on her own. I ain't getting involved.
Just send screenshots. It's fun.
That's why I went off camera for a second. I was like, what is this message I'm getting suddenly?
All right, I'm gonna crack the new Elijah Craig.
The new Elijah.
Picked up just hours ago.
Yeah, so all our fans out there, especially in Iceland, if you can get this Heaven's Door cast strength single barrel, my God.
Also,
I
if
almost,
you can't get it in Iceland, just, I'll do a whiskey swap with you. I will fly
oh
down
yeah.
to Florida and I'll buy it and ship it to you, and then you can send me Floki because I'm almost out
What was that? Yeah.
and I need a bottle. Because it's a lot cheaper to do all of that than it is to fly to Iceland and pick it up.
It's an expensive whiskey run. That really is.
It is. Now you could get it, in what is it called? Duty free. You can do that for like $70, I think the bottle is. But you cannot
So,
find it
do
that cheap here.
you even have to enter the country? Can you just get it like
Whoa.
when you got off the plane and go back in?
Maybe, but that would be a waste of time or a waste of money. You may as well just experience Iceland. It's awesome. The nose is different, by the way. Way different.
My God, this is a that's a proof
Nice.
this is, man. This is very dangerous whiskey. Wow. Wow.
Hmm. I like it. So you're going to be doing the food and wine fest that I can't join
Now
next
next weekend I
next
am.
Friday.
Next Friday I will be smuggling in probably Old Granddad, a bottle and bond.
Ooh. Hold on.
Um,
This is completely different
then the other one.
than the
So so
original
so
one.
so wait, the original one is the one from Inlet, and this is the one from your local ABC.
Hmm.
They're both toasted.
Hmm.
What are they bottled different years?
Yeah, absolutely. This one would
Okay.
have been bottled like this year, the one that I just got from ABC here. It would have been this year. This one would have been 22, maybe. Wow. So this one is much creamier. The one I just cracked open. And the that oaky spice is so much more muted. It's like there, but not super in your face. And like it's making my mouth water. It's still dry with like dark fruits, but like this is way better. Mm. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted you. That's crazy different between the two of them. I'm gonna say it's probably age more than anything. One's been open a lot longer, so that's what I'm gonna attribute it to. But this is really good.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like the bottle's open all the time.
It's I know, but there's still, it can still do its thing. And it's
It's
also it's also never in the sun. It's always stayed in like a dark, dry area. What are you doing?
probably should be doing this right now, but I don't
Are you taking a picture and sending it to What are you doing? What are you doing with the catfish for $30?
is it a catfish? Let me check this out. Let me see here.
It's like a
It
whale.
is a $29. That's definitely not a whale. It's either like a nurse shark or I think it's a nurse shark. It's a nurse shark.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a nurse shark.
I don't believe you.
It's definitely a nurse shark.
Anyway, so go into Food and Wine Fest.
Yeah, I haven't been to it in a long time. I used to go every year religiously for, you know, 8 years. I haven't been since probably the year before COVID started.
That's a long time.
So if you've never been, it's a cool event. If you've ever been to Epcot, when you walk around Epcot, there's like 12 countries, but during the wine and food show, it ends up being like 29 countries or 22 countries, something crazy like that. They had all these like kiosks.
Yeah.
I mean, kiosk has usually a wine or two or three, depending on the region where you're going, and different foods. It honestly is a good. It's a long eating adventure day. If you're a foodie, because you got to control it a little bit. Like, don't eat. Don't I always say don't eat in the obvious ones. Don't eat in China. Don't eat in Italy. Don't eat in like don't eat in Mexico because those are things you always get anyway. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Save yourself for the other countries. Now like Canada is awesome because they usually have like there's like elk tips that they sell
That sounds
or
good.
something. Yeah, and then Ireland has like there's awesome, usually awesome potato leek soup every
That's
time I
also
go.
sounds really good.
Yeah, but it's a good event. They've gotten better with the beer per country. And there's a secret spot. If you go to it, you can find it. They have like a spot that you can get like a flight of local beers.
Okay.
Um, Normally it's where Mexico is. You go up this area. It's like a dome area somewhere else, not the big dome, but like back in there, they usually have it. And there's like a welcome center there, but they have a bar there. And during the wine and food show, they have like 6 or 8 local beers. They have like 2 or 3 flights that you can get.
Oh, that's
Get
pretty
those.
cool. I like that.
Like you get like all darks, like in different porters. Like last time I went, so I ditched my family, and I sat there and did 2 different flights.
Did it like the lighter beers, like your
I
lagers,
know
the
I did. I started with the
Hefeweizens,
lagers, and then I did a whole. But
porters,
I did a
stouts?
yeah, I did that after that.
Okay.
And then I sneak whiskey in because like, there's really no whiskey in this place. Only place there's whiskey is in England. There's a bar there,
Yeah,
and you could buy a flight of Macallan for like $60.
I've done it.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about then.
Hmm. Worth it.
Um, Oh, it's worth it. It's good, but but there's only in one place.
Yeah, it's true. They
So
also more than Macallan. They do a lot of other. They
they
do
have
a
other
lot of other
ones.
whiskeys. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I mean, but I mean, as a whiskey thing, you're not going there for whiskey. For wine and food show. I used to like wine, but me and wine don't get along anymore. It's not the same like it was. So,
Maybe that's why you stopped going.
and usually,
I started
like,
disagreeing.
yeah, we did. Usually, like South Africa, Morocco, those places have the best foods. It's
Okay.
like those offshoot countries really have like some of the best foods. Like you can like usually South Africa has like this booty dish that's like it's like some kind of goat or beef and like a curry.
Mm.
Like it's and then like they did change. They have these you have to find these little side pockets and they have like a barbecue smoke place too in there. It's
Oh
there year
boy.
round, but people don't know this. You froze up. You
You
just froze up.
froze. You froze.
Listen, man, I'm in an Airbnb. I have the best connection according to my contract.
What? Okay. So
Enough.
so either way,
So
next year if you go, let me know like, a month in advance and not a week. And I'll go. I'll go with you.
I wish you were going, man. I have to. It's always a thing. I miss my family every time I go because
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you told me
it's,
sooner,
it's,
I would have been
it's
a part of it.
like we get there, we start rounding, start getting like it's usually like around we get start getting close to China. Is the first time they lose me. All right, then they usually find me somewhere between Japan and Italy. I hang out a little bit, then I disappear again, and then they'll find me in England because in England they have what they always have year round is their fish and chips, which is awesome. I will tell you this right now, they make it right.
They
I
do.
mean, honestly, it's there year round. It's a window. It's there year round.
I've had it.
It's all and it's steak fries. It's those
Yeah.
thick, and they're not breaded. They're not seasoned. Whenever I order fish and chips, I want something very basic. I want steak fries and fried fish. I
Mhm.
hate when I get like seasoned fries or curly fries. Like honestly, you should be ashamed of yourself as a chef even served it like that.
Patty Max does it well.
Theirs is good. Theirs is good. I think there's a big chunk of fish, right?
Yeah, it's huge. It's like
Yeah.
a really long piece of cod.
Yeah. Oh. So in Stewart, I found this little place called Tasha's Seafood.
Tasha's?
Tasha's Seafood.
Okay.
Nothing but fried. There's nothing in this place that's not fried. You walk in, they want to start frying you. They want to fry everything
They're
in this
like, hey, and give me your hand. And they just like stick it in the fire.
let's fry you. But oh my God, someone told me that she had really good fried shrimp. It was some
Nice.
damn good fried shrimp, man. Damn good. And locally caught, fresh,
I like it.
and it wasn't the tiny shrimp, dude. They were big shrimp, dude. It was
Like
like,
actual shrimp.
yeah, like yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
actual shrimp. Like it was, and the hush puppies were good, and our French fries, just simple fries. No seasoning, just fried French fries.
I
It
dig
was
it.
good. I was having I had like, sometimes you need an anchoring of like fried food, so I don't eat a lot of fried food.
It would just immediately upset my stomach if I did that.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't doing good like 2 hours later. I'll admit that.
But it was worth it in the moment. It
Oh, it
always
was
is.
amazing in a moment.
It always
It was,
is.
oh, it was amazing. It was so damn good. Yeah, me and fried food, no, no,
No, that's fair.
yeah. All right, I'm scared to keep drinking this Heaven's Door, but I have one more.
What?
So, of your two comparisons now,
Hmm.
and I'm sorry, I'm not going to let you out with it's been open for a while. Of the two, which one do you think is better?
The one I got today, hands down.
Okay, hands down.
Hands down. The flavors are they're like more pronounced. Um, I think it's a lot smoother. The other one, it's almost a little bit more stringent. Um, but yeah, no, the one that I picked up today is definitely the one. What are you doing? You're doing it again. Okay. What?
We're going to need a bigger boat.
I'm happy you're making yourself laugh over there, Takavia, with your nurse shark
I've
catfish
had, I've,
whale for $30.
ooh, wait, so there's a whale shark. How about a catfish shark? A cat shark.
Cat shark?
The elusive cat shark. There's only two in existence, and a liger. Yeah, this is high proof stuff, dude.
Well, I think overall though, I think the selection between the small batch Garrison and then the comparison between the two Elijah Craig, I I thought it was a good episode from on my end, right? Um, I'm definitely going to be sending you the uh the box so that you can share some of that Heaven's Door with me so I can experience it in all its glory.
Yeah, we have a way now. We're gonna actually start having the same whiskeys on the show a little bit more
Yep.
now
I
because
went
we,
out
we,
and
we've
built out
got
some
we've
kits.
had research and development. We had Steve, the submarine guy, get involved. He wanted to build an underground submarine, but it was just going to take too long to get back and forth, so we said no. Um,
And then he suggested just USPS. So
yeah, and I'm like, they overnight, so I'm like, why not?
honestly, we'll probably go UPS because I trust them to not destroy my package more.
Yeah,
Not FedEx. Never
not
FedEx.
FedEx. I have nothing against FedEx. Recently, I've had issues with Amazon. I have to admit.
Yeah, I've always had issues with Amazon.
Yeah,
Their favorite thing to do is deliver my packages in the rain. Not like they're in
that's
the
the
rain
thing.
and then bringing them to my front door. No, they'll just leave them in the rain. I don't understand it. They're in boxes. It's not like they're in waterproof material. They're just like,
Yeah,
this looks like a good spot
you
right
actually,
here
you know
in
my
this
house.
tunnel.
They actually have to walk up to my house and bring it to my
Yeah.
house. Like they have, and if they leave it somewhere, it's actually undercover. If they leave it by the door, by the side of the door,
Mhm.
it's undercover. Like actually, I'm pretty good on that.
Yeah, they leave it right outside of the cover of mine. They could literally just kicked it in the cover. Anyways, enough bitching about delivery. We have a system. We're working it out. We're gonna try it. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're coming to the end of our episode.
Yes, we are. Yeah, probably get me off the air now. It'd probably be best.
Make sure you head over to the friskywhiskey.com. Check out our merch. Check out where to listen to our episodes. There's links to our socials. Don't forget to hit up the foxcigar.com for all your cigar needs. They got ashtrays, they got lighters, and all the cool accoutrement that goes along with cigar smoking. Plus, our boy Rob, always killing it with the kits.
The kits are the best. I'm telling you right
Insane,
now, the kits are the best.
crazy fast shipping too. And he's
Yep,
rotating the stock all the time. So you'll always find some cool kit that he's putting together.
yep,
Usually cheaper than what it actually would cost for all five cigars. Usually it's like
yes.
five cigars.
Yes, they make it like that for a purpose.
Also, if you are in the South Florida, specifically around, I guess, PSL Stewart and down to Boca, and you're looking for pavers to be done, make sure you hit up our man Mike D over at T Coast Pavers and go check him out. See if you can get a good quote. See how badass the job is. Get yourself some new pavers. Maybe around your
Check out
driveway, maybe around your pool. Maybe you just want to walk way up to your door. Just get it done.
check out tcoastpapers.com. Look at our gallery.
Boom. That, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a wonderful evening. It's been fun. I'll see you later. Cheers.
Cheers.